Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cars World '07, the place to be if you're a fan of supercars. Now, these 1/8 mile times are insane. Today, we're taking a look at the 2026 McLaren 765L T-Spider. We'll go over the price, specs, and we'll take a look at the performance too. So, sit tight. Before we get into everything, now let's take a closer look at the 2026 McLaren 765L T-Spider. This thing looks absolutely stunning, and it's built for speed. You can tell right away by looking at the front of this car. It's very mean looking with its long hood and low nose. The air intake is located in the middle of the hood and it feeds air to the engine. The headlights are small and pointy, which gives the car a fierce look. The front splitter is massive, and it helps to keep the car planted on the ground at high speeds. If we move our attention to the side of the car, we can see how the lines of the 765L T-Spider flow beautifully. The body of the car is made from carbon fiber, which helps to keep the weight down. And the wheels are 20 inches in the front and 21 inches in the rear. These are wrapped in Pirelli P0 Corsa tires. Looking at the rear of the car, we can see the huge wing that helps to produce downforce. The taillights are small and in a U-shape, which gives the car a futuristic look. The exhaust pipes are located in the middle of the car and they give it a nice growl. The interior of the 765L T-Spider is very driver-focused. The seats are comfortable and supportive, and there are a lot of controls within reach of the driver. The steering wheel is thick and grippy, and the gauge cluster is easy to read. There is a touchscreen infotainment system in the center of the dash, but it's not very big. This is because McLaren wanted to keep the weight down and they didn't want to add any unnecessary features. Now, let's talk about the specs of this car. In terms of performance, the 765L T-Spider is truly incredible. It's faster than 911 Turbo S, and it's nearly as quick as the Porsche 918 Spider. It's also faster than the Lamborghini Aventador and the Ferrari 488 GTB in terms of pricing. The 765L T-Spider is not cheap. It starts at €300,000 and goes up to €400,000 with options. Now, let's take a look at the McLaren 765L T-Spider's competition. The Porsche 911 Turbo S is one of the fastest and most powerful 911s ever made. It has a twin turbocharged flat-six engine that produces 580 horsepower and 700 Newton-meters of torque. It can go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 2.6 seconds and has a top speed of 340 kilometers per hour. The 911 Turbo S costs less than the McLaren 765L T-Spider at €295,000. However, it's not as powerful or as fast. Another competitor to the 765L T-Spider is the Lamborghini Aventador. The Aventador has a naturally aspirated V12 engine that produces 700 horsepower and 690 Newton-meters of torque. It can go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 2.9 seconds and has a top speed of 350 kilometers per hour. The Aventador costs less than the McLaren at €260,000, but it's not as fast or as powerful. Finally, we have the Ferrari 488 GTB, which is a mid-engine V8 sports car. It has a twin turbocharged V8 engine that produces 670 horsepower and 760 Newton-meters of torque. It can go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3 seconds and has a top speed of 340 kilometers per hour. The 488 GTB costs €275,000, which is less than the McLaren, but it's still not as powerful or as fast. When we compare the 765L T-Spider to its competitors, we can see that it's a very high-performance car. It's more powerful than the Porsche and Ferrari, and it's nearly as powerful as the Lamborghini. It's also faster than the Porsche and Ferrari, but not as fast as the Lamborghini. The price of the McLaren is higher than its competitors, but it's still in the same ballpark. Overall, the 765L T-Spider is an incredible car that competes well against some of the best supercars out there. One of the things that really stands out about the 765L T-Spider is its design. The car looks amazing and it's really eye-catching. The lines of the car are very sleek and it has a very low stance. The front of the car looks very aggressive and it has a very mean look to it. The rear of the car is also very impressive and it has a very bold look. The wing at the back of the car is very large and it helps to produce downforce. Overall, the design of the 765L T-Spider is one of its best features. Another thing that really stands out about this car is its performance. As we mentioned earlier, it's one of the fastest and most powerful supercars out there. The car is able to produce 755 horsepower and 800 Newton meters of torque, which is a lot of power for a car like this. The car can go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 2.79 seconds, which is lightning fast. The top speed of the car is 330 kilometers per hour, which is also very impressive. Now, another thing that I think is really cool about this car is its price. The car starts at 300,000 euros, which is a lot of money. But when you consider the performance and the exclusivity of the car, it's actually not a bad deal. This is a very rare car and it's not something that you see every day. Overall, I think that the 2026 McLaren 765L T-Spider is an amazing car. It's powerful, it's exclusive, and it looks amazing. If I had the money, I would definitely buy one. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Is the 2026 McLaren 765L T-Spider the best supercar out there? Comment below. That's it from me today. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more great content like this. I'll catch you in the next one.